Hello, hello. Welcome back to the weekly edit. And I just want to say thank you so much for the messages I received about last week's weekly edit. They were great. Thank you. Now, today I want to talk to you about a sentence that I get more often than any other. And that is, I just don't have enough time. Not enough time to rest, not enough time to work on my goals, not enough time for my partner, not enough time for myself. And of course, when you're raising a child with autism, that feeling can become even stronger because the days are full. We've got morning routines, we've commuting, we've got work, we've got our special care for our kids, we've got cooking meals, we've got managing household. And it can feel like life is just one long sprint where we're just constantly behind. And the conclusion is that most parents come up with is if I just had more time, everything would feel better. But I want to tell you a secret and a truth. The secret is if you did have more time, you would probably fill it with the things that you're already doing. So you won't be doing something extra, you'll just be doing the same things. But the truth is, the problem is never the amount of time you have. The problem is your relationship with time. And that relationship lives entirely in your brain. Now, most people believe time scarcity is a fact. There are only 24 hours in the day. And that sounds very logical. But notice what that sentence does, how it feels in your body. They are only 24 hours. It feels tight and constricting, like the clock is chasing you. But what if you just simply change that sentence to there are 24 hours in every day? Same number, same circumstance, completely different energy. One feels like lack, the other one feels very expansive. And the difference matters so much more than people realize. Because when your brain believes that time is scarce, everything is going to feel heavier and bigger. Those tasks that you're doing, they're going to feel enormous, like they take a lot of time. Responsibilities are going to feel endless. And then you're going to start thinking things like, I'm behind, I don't have enough time, there's too much to do, I'll never catch up. But when your brain believes that time is abundant, something fascinating happens. Those tasks that you were supposed to do, they don't seem so heavy anymore. They don't seem so big. And then your nervous system settles. And suddenly you begin to use your time differently. Now, here's an analogy. When most people believe that money is scarce, they often make poor financial decisions. They overspend, they panic, they chase quick fixes, and the exact same thing happens with time. When you believe there isn't enough time, you start misusing it. So you rush through moments, you resent those responsibilities, you cut out the things that you know will nourish you. Self care disappears, connection with your kids and your family disappear, joy disappears, and then life begins to feel like one long obligation. And of course, you're not present for any of it. That is what time scarcity does. It turns your life into something that you're constantly chasing. And instead of something that should be supporting you. Another thing parents do, we often carry an extra layer of pressure because we want to do everything right. We want to be present. We want to support our children. We want to give them the best possible life. But our brains translate that love into the belief of, I should always be doing more. And when you combine the belief with, there's not enough time, it's kind of painful because you start living in constant guilt. You guilt when you're at work, you feel guilt when you're resting, you feel guilt when you take time for yourself, you feel guilt when you can't do everything. And that guilt is one of the fastest ways that drains your capacity and your energy. Now, here's something fascinating about our kiddos. children, in fact, they don't measure time the way adults do. A child doesn't clock how long you spend with them, how much time that you play with them. They experience the feeling of the moment. With our kids, we don't even have to be playing with them for that long. If we sit with them while they're watching Paw Patrol or Frozen for the 100th time, they feel that moment, they feel that connection. So it could be for 5 minutes, which could be feels enormous to them. So the impact is more about the quality of time than the quantity of time. And for each kiddo, it's going to be different. And the realization alone can release so much pressure. Because suddenly parenting isn't about all this endless time that you have to spend. It is about intentional time. Now, the most powerful shift that you can make is stop asking, how do I get more time? And start asking, how do I experience the time that I already have? Because balancing time doesn't come from rearranging your schedule. Balance of your time, again, comes from a belief. And the belief says, I have enough. It isn't perfect. Everything isn't easy, but you choose to see what is already present. So you're training your brain. Your brain is like a search engine. Whatever you ask for it, it's going to look for, it's going to find. So if you're constantly looking for evidence that there isn't enough time, your brain is going to prove it all day long. But if you're training your brain to notice what is working, something remarkable happens. You begin to see moments of connection, moments of quiet, moment of progression, of progress, moments when things are actually okay. It's deliberate attention. It's choosing what your brain is seeing. And over time, that practice changes the experience of your life. Okay, so excuse me, I've got a simple question that I want to ask you. I want you to ask yourself this week. Look at everything that you do in a typical week and ask which of these things drain me because of my thoughts about them. Not the task itself, but the story that you attach to it. It could be laundry or cooking or emails or appointments or driving. Many of these things are just neutral, but the thoughts we attach to them make them a lot heavier. This is such a waste of time. I should be doing something more important. Ugh, I don't like this. I'm behind. Now imagine replacing those thoughts with something different. I'm taking care of my home. I'm supporting my family. I'm creating stability. Same tasks, completely different experience. Now, there's a simple rule that I want to offer you. Every single thing that you say yes to must either fill you up or be reframed so that it does do that. Because if something is constantly draining you, two things are possible. Either the task needs to change or your thinking about the task needs to change. There's no middle ground. If you allow draining thoughts to run unchecked, resentment will grow. And resentment is one of the fastest ways to feel like your life is out of balance. Now, balance isn't out there like in the hours or in the schedules or calm days. Balance is a belief that you have enough. You've got enough time, you've got enough capacity, you've got enough life. And when that belief becomes stronger, your energy rises, you become more present, your productivity increases, your relationships improve. So, this is what I want to leave you with this week. Instead of asking yourself, why don't I have enough time? Try asking, what if I already have enough? And then begin looking for evidence because you may be surprised by how much there already is there. All right, my friends, that's what I've got for you today. Be sure to join the private Facebook group, and I will speak to you next week. Bye.